that, like, possibility of friend requesting and things like that.
Sure. Okay. That's awesome. Okay. What about you, Rachel?
I'm sorry. Did I have it on mute when I was talking?
I think you might
Probably. I'm sorry. I'm like out here grilling and cooking, and I'm listening to the call, so just bear with me. But yeah, I use my like page. Here recently, I've been using that a little bit more, running like a little ad to like my page and reaching out to those people. I've been trying to reconnect with a lot of the people that I guess have been customers of mine, because for a while I kind of put it to the side, and so I'm reconnecting with them. I work at a different job. I work at a hospital, so I have a lot of people there, and I've actually really, really been getting out of my comfort zone talking to people. And I got a lady like the other day, she's like, "What are you drinking?" I was like, "Shakeology." "What is that?" So we went to like this big old conversation about it. She's like, "I'm going to get a bag." So she ordered the sample pack. So I was like, it's a great opportunity to share it at work. So I've been doing that. And then I use Instagram and Facebook. So just a little bit of everything.
Nice. That's awesome. Good for you.
Yeah. Well, it's kind of hard. I'm shy. I really am a shy person, and just going out there and talking to people and just getting out my box has been like a big deal for me. But it's rewarding, and it's getting me out of my comfort zone. So, and that's what I need to do.
Good. That's important. I mean, that's really hard to do for
everybody.
And even once you get comfortable, like, that doesn't mean there's not going to be a lapse and that we're going to be like,
right.
Well, I'm kind of, I'm like not sure about what to say. As like it depends on the subject, right? Like it can vary every time whether you feel comfortable sharing something or speaking about something or not. If you don't really feel comfortable with the subject, then you're not going to want to share so much. So,
right.
Okay. So one of the ways that I'm going to share my screen that I add people, and then once I share that, because I'm going to ask Chelsea too, and then I want to delve a little bit into how you guys add people, like how you get people to your ad page, because that part I guess I struggle with. So let me share my screen here. Okay, let me okay. All right. So all right. So one of the ways that I add people is, you see the friend request icon right here in the upper corner. It's like if you click on the friend request and then you click on find friends, that's going to pull up, so this takes effect, that's going to pull up not only your friend request over here on the left, but it's going to pull up on the right hand side the ability to search for friends based on different demographics. So where you grew up, where you currently live, where you went to high school, mutual friends. Obviously, if they're a coach, you don't want to look at their page necessarily because they're probably already going to be working with a coach or are a coach. And then where you went to school and various places that you've worked, etc. So that's one of the ways I look for friends, ways to expand my network so I can find new people. Another way that I look for finding new friends is over here you have the events tab, and I go to the events tab, and what I do on the events tab is I look for events near where I'm at, whether it's today or this week. So let's just go this week so we see a little bit of options here. And this says near Sarasota, which includes Tampa, St. Pete area. So let's say I wanted to focus specifically on the city where I live. So I'm going to click on Sarasota. And this pulls up all of the events in my specific area this week. So starting with Tuesday, goes through the rest of the week. Taco Tuesday is one that I actually want to go to sometime. So I've clicked interested on that. So let's just say I go to that event. And even though it's already happened.
Sarah, let's make a date to go.
Yes, let's do this. Because it's like $10 for like ridiculous amount of tacos. But anyway, so I'll click interested so that people see who have also clicked interested in going to this event know that I'm at least interested, right? And then I look at the going people and I look at the interested people and I go through this, and let's say like this person I specifically probably found from a Taco Tuesday event previously, and send her a friend request. Like that's exactly how I do it. So if I could request Gina Marie, I would, but she has the option for me not to select her as a friend. So I go through that list, and I will find friends, and I'll just send out random friend requests that way, because it's at least somebody who's local, somebody who's interested in things that I am also interested in, so you have at least some sort of common bond. And that gives you a frame to work from. So that's one of the things that I do. Does that make sense? Yeah, I have you unmuted, I know. So then one of the things that I
like that idea.
Yeah. Yes, feel free to unmute yourself to comment. But yeah, that helps me a lot. And honestly, I've made a lot more friends that way locally than I would have if I had just gone to like some random page like I don't know, Indiana Hoosiers or Victoria's Secret Pink. Like I'm not meeting people locally. And so chances are they're not going to accept my friend request on Facebook. If they see that I'm at least local and potentially have the same interest in the same event, they're going to accept my friend request.
Now, Sarah, do you reach out to them after you send them a friend request and be like, hey, I saw you were interested in Taco Tuesdays?
You know, sometimes I do and sometimes I don't. And I don't think that it necessarily matters, but I'm not sure either. Like I haven't done enough of both sides really, I guess, or taken enough data from doing both sides to be able to tell you, you know, which way works better than the other. But I can see why after you send them a friend request, messaging them and saying, hey, I see you're interested in this event. Now, granted, they're going to pop up in your, like in their message requests. So they may or may not see it for a while, but I don't think it hurts to have that second contact because you've sent a friend request, so they see your name that way, and then they see, oh, I have a message from so-and-so, so I think it can only help. I don't know. They may think that you're weird and want you to, like, talk to them before, you know, you want to accept your friend request rather before they, like, talk to you. I don't know. But I don't think that there's really any harm in doing both, to be honest with you.
I think it's whatever you're comfortable with too.
Exactly. Like if you're not comfortable with sending them a message, then don't. I mean, unless you need to get out of your comfort zone, then you should. Double-edged sword there.
AKA do it.
It really is. So
Sarah.
Yes.
It's Rachel. I have a question.
Yeah.
Well, I think you may have answered it. So you just add people, but you don't have to necessarily speak to them. Is that what you do, or you do both?
Well, no.
Like you send them a message.
No, that's going to be my next point. So you send them a friend.
Oh, okay.
And you can either message them immediately and say, hey, I saw that you were interested in this event. I would love to go too. I'd like to talk to you more to get to know you, and maybe we can go together, or, you know, whatever. But if you don't do that and say, hey, I'm interested in this event and I would love to meet up with you when we go there, when when the event happens, you can also, after you send them the friend request, if you want to wait until they accept your friend request, then you can say something like, hey, thanks for accepting my friend request. I saw you popped up under suggested friends, or I saw that you were interested in this event. I am too. So I figured I would reach out. Anyway, I just wanted to get to know you more if you're open to making new friends, and a smiley face. And that is something that I've had a really positive response to. A lot of people are like, oh, okay. They don't at all think that I'm trying to like hit on them or something crazy. And they usually are good with that. So does that answer your question, Rachel?
Yes, it does. I just, I've never done that before like that. So that's going to be new to me.
Yeah, I mean, it's worked really well for me and a lot of other people. I stopped using Instagram so much to make new friends to add to Facebook, because I felt like this way was easier for me and made more sense for me, since we're doing everything mostly on Facebook. So that's the direction that I've taken personally. And it's worked pretty well. I mean, I always send out friend requests every day, and it's the same. It's like a similar response to Instagram with getting people converted over in terms of the number of people that you get. But I think people appreciate that you send them a message and say, hey, I'm not some robotic weirdo from, I don't know, some foreign country where I'm just trying to like steal your money, because we get a lot of that stuff on Facebook. We get a lot of like bizarre friend requests that we have no idea who they are or where they're from. And it says that they quote unquote work at Facebook. So I think this is a way that helps cut down that awkwardness, and that it's somebody that is local and is interested in a similar event.
And sometimes they'll message you and say, hey, do I know you? I've had that happen to me too. And you can just say, oh, no, I just saw you on such and such, just wanted to, see how you liked it, or if you've ever gone, or something like that.
Exactly. They do. That happens too. And, if you're not prepared for them to say that, which I think you should be if you're sending a friend request and or a message, you should at least be prepared for that. If you're not, it can take you off guard and put you on the defense rather than the offense. So keep that in mind, that when people are coming to you and saying, do I know you? It's like, oh, hey, no, obviously I don't. And whatever you got to say, like, connect with them. But obviously you don't know them or you would probably already be friends on Facebook.
One thing, Sarah, can I add something real quick?
Yeah.
Because I know this has happened to me too. Is what, like when I first started, I would just add or message random people or add them, and I would forget where I got them from. So if you're adding people from the events page or even from like your like page or whatever, I would like write down where you found them, because if not, you'd be like, I found you from some country thing. They're like, I don't like country, so that's just my suggestion.
Yeah.
Just so you're not looking like a fool.
When I started coaching, I would go to like random fitness pages on Facebook.
Yeah.
And I would say, hey, I saw you on Fitness Magazine page or whatever. I see that you're into this too, whatever, blah, blah, blah. I don't remember what the message was that I sent back then. It was years ago. But at least I knew then, like whenever I would send them a friend request from the fitness page, I would actually message them right away. Because if it's such a random page, like Fitness Magazine or Women's Health or whatever, it's good to reference that and send them a message immediately, because then they know that you're not just like some complete and total weirdo stranger person. At least you've seen them somewhere. Like if you can imagine somebody meeting, like saying, oh, I saw Rachel post this on Women's Fitness. Hey, Rachel, I saw you on Women's Fitness and blah, blah, blah. I mean, if they didn't say that they saw you on Women's Fitness, you'd be like, who is this person? It's like, if it just says, hey, Rachel, how's it going? You'd be like, who is this weirdo? And why are you trying to talk to me? So I at least try to reference the page. But I don't normally go to like random, like Shape Magazine. I don't normally go to random pages like that and try to find people anymore. But I did a couple years ago. So in addition to what Cassie said, you definitely want to have a working list. So every time that you go to one of these event pages or a like page or whatever you go to add new people, or even if it's from Instagram, you want to make sure that you have a working list of people written down so that you can reach out to them to initiate conversation and or circle back to follow up with them. One of the things that I wanted to show you guys too, does everybody, and maybe not everybody, but do you guys know how to print your Facebook friends list? No?
Amy said something about
No.
it before, but I forgot how to do it.
That'd be awesome.
Okay, so let me, I have my messages. I thought I sent the image. I did. I think this is it. Maybe not. No, that's quarter four script. That's not it. I sent the image to myself. Anyway, let me see if I can find the image real quick. I think I bumped it for this specific call. Okay. There it is. Okay. So this image right here. So this is how to download your Facebook friends list. And I'm sure this is in your coach group, but I can post it again for you guys. So what you want to do is, this says settings. So you're going to go to your settings actually in the top. Can I move this? Okay, there we go. In the top of your screen, so this little arrow right here, do you see that? Okay, so you go to settings down here in your drop down. Oh God, we have 10 minutes. Settings. And so from settings, you'll go to this bottom where it says download a copy of your Facebook data. And once you click on that, you'll start archive and you'll get an email within 30 minutes of doing that. And from 30 minutes of doing that download, then you will click on your friends list to be able to export it to a PDF file. And once you export it to a PDF file, you'll be able to see all of your friends on Facebook and be able to print that list out. I actually had to use WinZip to download my friends list. So if you guys have issues with that, just reach out in the group and let us know. Because I definitely had issues with that. Does that make
I know
sense?
I tried a few times. Yeah, I tried a few times doing that in the very beginning, and it for some reason I never got the email, nothing. I did it like 2-3
That's
times.
weird. I had to
Yeah.
send mine twice, I think, and I eventually got it. But there's really no other good way to like copy and paste your friends list and do it. I mean, this makes it easier, especially if you have, 1,000 friends or more. That's hard to copy and paste and get all that information squared away. So I would try it again and see if maybe it works now. And like I
Okay.
said, I had to use WinZip but that was my old computer. I have a different one now, so I don't know how it will work on this one.
Mhm.
But yeah, if you guys have any problems with that, let Amy or I know because we've both done it before. I'm going to do it again because I have added new friends and my previous list from like June or July, whenever I did it, is all marked up and I would like to restart that. So I can also send you, we did like a group a while back, 20 and 30, and that list actually had, that group actually had a list of like 500 names of people. And I went through the printed list and I wrote down 500 names of people that I was going to actually reach out to and talk to. If you guys want that list, I can send that to you because that seriously helped me to have a working list to work through because I don't use TeamZ. I'm terrible with Google Docs. I'm a pen and paper kind of person, so if you want me to share that with you, I can, because that really helped me with seeing the names and who to talk to. So, any questions at all? No?
I think that's awesome about the events because I feel like the people that I know are like high school people, which isn't bad. But then I keep getting like a bunch of beach party coaches, and you're like, y'all are awesome, but I don't like. That's not the point of this. Like I keep running into beach party.
Yeah, I mean, and that's exactly one of the biggest ways. Because like when I moved here, I didn't really know that many people. I knew my parents, I knew their friends, but like to actually have a group of friends, I didn't have any friends here when I moved here. I mean, thank goodness Jill is here, who's sitting across the table from me, but she's freshly here. And so I met people at work, but I worked crazy hours when I first moved. So like I needed to meet people, and plugging into these events locally through Facebook has helped me to like connect with new people that really seem like they're my people. So that helps a lot.
Our people love tacos. My God.
What's that?
Our people. I said our people, of course, love tacos.
Yes, they had better love tacos, and they're not our people, right? I mean, seriously though, who doesn't love tacos? So they've got to have another factor in there, but still. You have to love pizza too. Oh wait.
I'm actually
Okay,
dying.
guys. Well, if you don't have any other questions or comments or anything, I am glad you all hopped on. And I hope that Addie feels better soon.
Yeah, I know, that poor baby.
I know. Poor girl. So sad.
I know, like I feel like she's cute, but she doesn't feel good, but she's still cute, and I feel bad for her. You could tell in her eyes with that one picture that Amy posted.
I
Her
know.
eyes just look, poor babe.
I know. All right,
Bye,
guys.
Rachel. Enjoy your food.
Good. All right, ladies. I will see some of you in the morning. Bye.
I'm gonna do a Zoom if for Power Hour. Probably just only 30 minutes if anybody wants to hop on.
Yeah, I'll be on.
Okay.
All right.
All right. See y'all.
Bye.
Bye.